And let's just do some checking. Let's see how much we're actually going out with. Let's go to high, apply. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of just setting up here. Keyframe interval, 2 seconds, apply. Okay, so that actually should be very, very much what we want to do. So, hey and welcome. Let's see if this actually works. Let's see if we are actually running. That would be awesome. If we are. That was. And let's see here if we actually are live. We really should be. View from control room. Yeah, looks like we are live. Okay, hey guys. Today we are just going over some finishing, mix and master things that I have done for this band called Outcast Complex. I've done a few songs for them before, and this is an add-on to their EP Level 2, which will actually be released next week. Not the EP, the EP is out, but this is an add-on that will be added to that EP next week. Sorry. So, just to give you a little bit of a heads up here, so I'm not using a fancy camera because I just can't be bothered to set it up right now. I am literally, because also I'm not that important. It is mostly just, it's mostly, let's actually get this all the way down to the end here. It is mostly what is going on in this, in the mixing thing, so you can see everything there is going on. So, but let's. It is like in an 80s inspired metal. And when I say that, I don't mean like Motley Crue, but it is 80s inspired music. So a lot of synthesizer music with a metal on it. But this one is in particularly a very much a pop song. So there's very little growling and screaming going on. It's all about melody. It's all about clean vocals. They have chosen to do kind of a Offspring, The Kids Aren't Alright chorus style, where the first chorus is quite straight, pretty much just one person with a little bit of harmony underneath on some part, and then when we go into the second chorus, it is we have another very prominent harmony coming on there, and it is these guys usually tune down to drop E on the guitar. They usually use a seven string, but this one is in drop A, and it's still pretty low though. But for them, it's actually quite high, so that also makes it a little more popish. I have the original song was way longer, and we have actually gone in and really cut out about a minute of material to get it down to, because they got quite smashed on reviews or reactions because everyone was like, oh, that's a long song, which I actually don't get. I can see that the reaction is like, okay, well, I need to spend time on this, but hey, you reaction guys, you all being paid for this, so I don't really see the problem there, because if a song needs to be 4 minutes or 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes or 1 minute, it will be that. It is all up to the artist, and then if the audience don't want to listen to it, well, then that's their problem, I guess. And when I say their problem, it is the band's problem. But we are live, and I don't expect anyone to chime in. But if there is anyone out there, you can ask questions on the chat, or you can ask questions. I don't take suggestions. So you can do that, but I simply just won't react to that, because it is my style. It's not you guys' style. It's my style. I know that I can learn from everyone, but yeah, don't get upset if I don't react to your suggestions, because I'm sorry, but that's just not why we are here. So it's let's start with the drums. Actually, so the drums are all routed to a drum bus, and then, which you cannot see because of me here, to a drum bus, and then a parallel drum on the drum bus. We have a comp that kind of just takes care of the snare and the kick, that they don't go crazy. We have a decapitator that kind of just it smashes and handles the transients. It makes it a little more low. It brings a little more of a lo-fi sound to it, but for some reason it just works in the mix. We have a front door. I really like this one. It's simply just on the drums preset that it comes with from Sound Device Digital. And then we have an SSL E-channel that is just adding some 6 hertz, 6 kilohertz, sorry. And just makes everything a little bit more bright, especially the cymbals and the snare. The kit that we are using is 2 kits actually. So the main one where we're using all the drums, that is Get Good Drums Architects, because I really like the snare, I really like the kick, and I really like the toms on with nothing on them. Then we're using the Periphery P5 for all the cymbals and stuff, because the drummer doesn't really like the cymbals on the Architects kit, so we just got these in instead, and he is okay with them. He doesn't love them, but he's okay with them. But it is way cheaper than having to go into a studio and actually recording. So that's what we're doing here. On the mastering channel, I have a tape machine here from, we will come back to this just to check this. I have this SSL comp from Waves. I kind of really want to start using the one from Slate Digital that they came up with, but it's very, very, very picky to use. So I am kind of, and this I just know that this setting, it works. It has a very, very long attack, and it has a very short release. So it's just gluing anything together, making sure that anything doesn't run away from me. Then again, we have a front door, which I really like. It's on the color HPA. Here is my mastering EQ. I have some mono stuff, some stereo stuff, and some only extreme side stuff going on. And then I have, of course, a loudness from FabFilter. As you can see, I'm quite a big fan of FabFilter. And then, that's the instruments. The vocals has its own stuff, but we will get to that. Let's see here, and there's a lot of things that it's not really used. So the elements here are, of course, we have some drums, we have electronical drums, then we have some electronical elements. A lot of them is Serum, but there's actually a lot of Logic stock things as well. None of these have been bounced out because actually I don't know why. Maybe it's because they just wanted the option of me. I could go in and maybe change stuff if I wanted to. Then we have some clean guitar, which is all bounced out, but all of this is from a Line 6 Helix with the Super Chorus, Roland Super Chorus, and then it has this Juno emulation chorus thing, because I just really like that. It's a really nice sound of the 80s. Let's get this. I actually don't know what guitar it's played with, but it does sound a little bit like second position on a Fender, like with a lot of gain on it, like maybe a lot of compression and or some like a tube screamer. Then we have, let's go down to the main guitar. First, so the main guitar is we have a left and a right here. This is actually they chose to just go with the Nolly's neural DSP because which is also a favorite of mine because it is literally just the best sounding 5150 plugin that you can get, especially with Nolly's the Cali cap that he uses. I think it's the third cap. The Mesa Boogie, the oversized Mesa Boogie one, which is, it just sounds great. Actually, let me just turn this down just a little bit. And then, of course, we have some dubs down here. They just bring a lot of grit. They have I've turned them down like 8 dBs. That's kind of standard for what I usually do with this. And then there are some theme guitars. This is the way that they do it. So they will have, they will usually have like the main left and right and some dubs on that, and then they will have a theme guitar, just the left or right, which not always, but usually plays the same. Oh, actually, that's wrong. It should be... Yeah, I don't know why I did that. And then, because they wanted to use... So this is also a 5150, but it is without anything in front of it. So it's just straight through the red channel. Actually, maybe it's the blue channel. I don't know. And then just some effects afterwards. Yeah, there's a lot of effects. But this here is this lick thing that they did. They just wanted the same sound, so I guess that's why they put it up here. And there is a little bit of EQing on that one as well. But these themes are usually just bring a lot of body. They don't really, you can't really hear them too well, because then they would start competing with a lot of the synthesizer stuff up above here. But so if I, for example, play everything here. You can't really hear the difference a lot, but if I remove it in the mix and you really listen, it might be a little bit difficult on YouTube, but if you really listen, it just adds to the wall more than anything. But yeah, so that's kind of the guitars. Then we have some bass. The top one is recorded with the Darkless from Neural DSP, and the bottom one is Parallax. It literally only just have like an SSL filter on it and some stuff here. Then of course, I of course have a lot of things on the drum as well, but I will go through those later. We all know that the main thing here is to, you know, especially with those so low tuned guitars, we just need to really separate the bass and the guitars. And what I really like is that they haven't just told the bass player to, you know, you just need to tune it even further down. No, that's not how it works. Like he's just playing, and I think it's a C GEA something like that, and it works because we don't need just to be another wobbly octave down, because that makes no sense. And whoever thought that, I'm sorry, but that's just weird. And then of course there are vocals. Hidden thoughts crawling in the darkness of your heavy mind. Your body's in its nature while calling up. I can hear there's been some production on this, which is fine. We all do it. But there is a little bit of production, and also they kind of want it to be further down in the mix. They don't, even though that this is straight up a pop song, they don't want it to be. They don't want it to be on top. And on the graces of your just give me today. So they're using a lot of stuff. I know in the second verse here, they're using like heavy autotune as an effect. There is a code within you I'm misunderstood. Come back inside tonight and take it as you should. You never needed some. There's a code within you I'm misunderstood. Could maybe be a little fun to see if we just play the main one down a little bit and then this one up somewhat. There is a code within you I'm misunderstood. Come back inside tonight. Yes. And then of course the drums. So the drums has a lot of stuff on it. And I will in another video go over all of my settings for what I usually do, because I tend to do the same stuff most times because I know that that works. But it is saturation on the kick. It is, oh, I probably should say my secret on the kick is this thing right here. Actually, let's just have a listen to this. It just brings so much more oomph into to that kick. Then I use SSL channels to create the sound, and if I need to, I will use a FAB Filter Pro Q3, but the only thing I'm actually doing here is I'm just adding a little bit of bottom end, because my another thing besides, of course, the smash and grab here, which is just grabbing, and then a lot of saturation, a lot of taste saturation on the high end, just to make sure that the high ends is not too clicky. I'm using this kick magic thing here, which it sounds great without it, but with it on, it's just suddenly, the mix just suddenly sound more professional. In the mix, you just get that phased reverse thing that just makes sure that now the kick is not competing with everything else. And for this type of music where it's not like totally aggressive, that is a really nice thing to do. So that's what I'm doing. On the snare, I'm doing the same thing, some saturation, a little bit of SSL, some smash and grab. This one is a little more aggressive. Then I have SSL G channel. I picked the G because above it was the E. That's the reasoning. It's not because I'm just taking out around 500 and quite a healthy slope, and around, yeah, what is that, 6 dB, minus 6 dBs, and of course bypassing all of this stuff over here because I don't need it. And then I am just adding in a little 200, and it just kind of makes sure that the attack on the snare is there, but also it doesn't go through too much. On the drum channels, I have the brightening up here, which also makes it a whole lot easier. So that's, and then on the toms, I really, really like the toms with nothing on them, but I kind of have to do a little bit just to make sure that they don't. So I have some compression from the smash and grab, and that's the same one. But on the second one, I am using a low pass or low cut filter. Simply because that on high-end stereos, you and high-end speakers, you can hear that the floor tom will send out some ugly sounds in the bass area. So I am just cutting it a little bit around 90 hertz here. So it's about making a sound and then committing to it, and I am committed to that. Though that the toms might not always be up front and center like a do thing, and also they are doing nasty stuff to the main compression sometimes. But the band likes it, and I like it, and I don't mind that the comms sometimes have to just dive down a little bit to get everything. In the electronical world, we have some stuff here. We have this aggregator, and we have some pads, and then another bottom one, and then there is this Juno 27 thing, and we also have a deep sub bass. When we go into the verse, and this is actually what is driving that's kind of the groove, at least up until I can actually think around here, but let's just. Hidden thoughts crawling in the darkness of your heavy mind. Your body sent its nature while calling on the graces of your. Sorry, but there was something on that I didn't like here. Because that is not the same over here. Come back inside tonight and take it. Well. Well, if that's what the drummer want, that's what the drummer want, but yeah, actually, no, you know what, I like it. And then we have a little bridge here. Some electronical drums here. They go through the same master drum channel and the same parallel compression as the other drums, just to get some glue into it. What I could actually kind of clean up. I can see here that these are not being used through the song at all. Would maybe give a little more visibility as well. Is there other things that is not being used? No, everything else is being used then. There is a code within your misunderstood. Come back inside tonight and take it as you should. Okay, so I'm sorry, I just got lost. So let's listen to the vocal in the first chorus here. I just want to show you. So that's the first chorus. And the second chorus, there is a quite prominent harmony coming in. And so we have exactly in the Kids on the Right from Offspring. Pass it all, nothing's free, chooses us, jealousy. That's the first, but then in the second chorus it comes into pass it all, nothing's free, no, no, no. And we kind of have the same thing here. And the first one was again. And I as a punk rock hardcore person, I actually quite like that. And then it goes into breakdown. And I probably, before going into that, should actually present this little thing here. So this is a me concoction. So this is something to bring the same bottom end as the other songs, because the other songs is all in drop E. This is in drop A. It's very low, but it just brings some grit to the bottom, so it's kind of within the same sound universe. I have turned this one up for here, and just to add a little bit of extra. Oh, I'm sorry. To add a little bit of extra grittiness to it. And also we do go into the hardcore style drums here, which the drummer Dennis made, and I absolutely just love. It's a simple thing, but it just works. Then we have the bridge again, and it goes into another chorus. I think I heard something up here. Sound a little bit like a mistake. Oh, it's actually this one. Maybe. If the drummer reacts to it, I'll turn it back, but I think that sounds better. So, one of the things that I have to do is just make sure that it sounds like their last song, and which is the song Dimitri. So let's just listen to, like, you know, everything on all cylinders. that low E just brings some magical stuff. Okay, so that's kind of how that sounds. Let's see how. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty similar. Actually, there's a little something with the cymbals. Yeah, no, I'm just checking. Yeah, those are the cymbals. Then we need to check the vocal, see where that is compared to the other in the mix. Let's go into the yeah, I think it's pretty good. By the way, I'm eating cherries. And the bass is also there. So what I need to do now is that I need to go and have the card test. I need to go have the over-ear test, the earbuds test, and then I need to send it to the band so they can kind of prove. But I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty close to what they want. So that really shouldn't be a problem. But hey guys, thank you for following along. For this first one here. I hope that nothing was too loud or too low, but let's see when I watch it myself afterwards. So have a nice one.